Good morning and welcome to Digging the Course 365. Right, back on exactly the same beach, exactly the same spot as I left you yesterday. I'm not alone, there's somebody called Ian down here who messaged me saying he was going to pop along. It's not as nice today, it's all grey. It looked beautiful yesterday. You know, grey's alright. It's better than black. I don't like black. And I don't mean black people, I'm not racist, I mean black clouds. Imagine, I don't like grey people. I'm going a bit further over there where Ian's already done and found a coin spill of £5-6, which would have been mine, but I wasn't early enough. So yeah, I'm really going to enjoy metal detecting with Ian, who's got that £5-6 over there. See you at the first hole. Okay, we're up and running. Ian missed this one. He missed this. A coin, I think. What have we got? Oh, a 50p, a 50p, a 50p. I never find 50p. That's a good start. You see, that's like a 2p to people who live around here. Beautiful. I was trying to work out exactly where I was yesterday. I was thinking that might be Sandylands, but it's not. Sandylands is that bit up there, which is very, very posh. And it costs you £1.5 million for a 2-bedroom flat there. And Harry Redknapp, the soccer manager, he lives there. For you British people, you'll know who I'm talking about. Was the England manager. £10 million for a house, some of them, it's ridiculous. And over here, I can apparently get a ferry over there. Instead of driving all the way around, I can go over in my car. And what you see right at the end of that peninsula is called Old Harry's Rock, which I've seen on TV, and it's certainly worth a little visit. You know, I can't detect there, it's just a few cliffs. Well, it's just some boulders in the sea, really. But a very, you know, distinct landmark in Britain. So I'll show you that at some point. Nice signalling here. Come on, be a coin, be a coin, be a coin. You're on a live dig, it's got to be a coin. Oh, what's that? What's that? What's that? What's that? What is that? Whoa! A dog tag. How nice. I like... Oh, a dog called Zach. I like it. And a telephone number on the other side. You don't need to see that. Good old Zach. No, it's broken at the top. No point in ringing them. Speaking about dogs, note to mother. It's my birthday in 6 weeks and I want a dog. I keep telling you I want a dog. I'm 27 years old, I'm old enough to have a dog now. Get me a dog. I want this dog. He's called Rupert. He stands at over 7 foot tall. He's quite big. His head's bigger than mine. And that's the dog I want. So please sort it out. You've got 6 weeks. Thank you, mother. I've never understood why we find these on the beach. Candle tree lights. You know, you'd think the wind would blow them out, wouldn't you, on the coast? But they're always around. Them forestry people are really getting on my nipples. Too loud, I can't hear my machine. Before anyone starts correcting me, I kept calling it Sandylands, I think. It's called Sandbanks. I was getting it wrong, I've been corrected. I've just found a coin. 5p. A very green 5p. One of the more interesting things I've noticed on this trip is the shells and how they've changed as I've been going around the coast. Now, big pile here. They're not all shells. I think some of them are like, you know, animals or something. But these are new to me. I've not come across these before. Can someone tell me what they are? I think there's like living things in them. I'm not sure. Look, there's something inside. And then you get in these. Are they oyster shells? I think so. And lots of these razor shells. Lots of these turning up now. And it's just interesting how it changes from beach to beach as you go around. But yeah, these are interesting me. Someone tell me what they are, please. Ian has had to go. He works nights and he came here straight from work, did a couple of hours detecting, and he's got to go home to bed now. But thanks for joining me, Ian. Oh, and he found the coin spill in question. He actually donated it, so bless him for that. Look at this. beautiful architecture on the beach. You don't get sandcastles better than that one. And that's nothing to do with me, that we're already there. It's a natural formation. I don't know how long I'm going to be here. It is such hard work, there's just no signals. And swinging this around, it can get quite heavy, it can be quite hard on the arm. So the balance on it isn't perfect. I think I've found with the bigger coil, it balances better, if that makes any sense. And when it's better balanced, it doesn't feel as heavy. It feels heavy as it is simply because it's not balanced as well as I'd like. If I can try and explain, yeah, it's just like a bit heavy at the top, and you're having to like push forward and pushing into your arm more. So tomorrow I'm going to use the big coil on this one, but it's very hard swinging around when you're not getting many signals. I don't normally feel proud when I find a bottle top, but that one's lovely. I wonder what drink that's off. Makes me proud. Feel very patriotic. Lovely. Okay, I'm calling that a day on the beach. Excuse me. I'm just walking around and finding no signals. Never mind. There's always tomorrow. I found out though I can do more Bournemouth way, so I'm going to go back on myself towards Bournemouth tomorrow. I don't know if I won't do Bournemouth tomorrow, but I think there's a little bit in between here and Bournemouth, and I'll do that bit. And then the day after possibly Bournemouth, and then we'll go to Sandbanks further up there, the posh bit. Yeah, I think that's the plan. So this is how much money we've raised so far for Rays of Sunshine. Bing! And this is how much money we've raised in the last 24 hours. Bing! Keep it coming, guys. Come on, don't be slacking now. You've been doing so well. Here's a quick reminder to tell you why we're doing this.
Jodie, could you tell us what today's meant for you?
It's been very magical and emotional. I'm going to start crying. Because of Olivia's condition, she can't play out in the sunshine without a mask and protective clothes. So just to be able to play with all her friends and run free, it's just been absolutely amazing for us all.
Get donating. Go to diggingthecourse.com. Click on the links in the description. Thank you. What I'm going to do now is take you to Poole Museum, if I can film. We won't know till we get there, so let's go take a look. I am just doing a little bit of yacht shopping at the moment. I think I'll have one of them. I'll have two of them. Yeah, some very posh yachts around here. People often ask me to show my daily life as well as my video life, my metal detecting life. So I'll show you this shop. It's called Truly Scrumptious, which I think is a fantastic name for a sweet shop. And it's got bubbles coming out of the door. That's not something you see every day, but that is absolutely fantastic. Look at all the bubbles. Beautiful. I'm in the museum in Poole, which is quite near Bournemouth, really. And this is a longboat, 200, I think it says 295 years before Christ. So over 2,000 years old boat made from a single tree trunk. The first ever longboat found in a harbour and the largest ever found in the south of Britain. That's amazing. If I've got my navigation correct here, this is where I've been detecting today, somewhere about here. This is Sandylands, Sandbanks. I keep saying Sandylands for some reason. This is Sandbanks, where all the very, very rich people live, including the last England manager. Some of the houses are worth £10 million. And this is Poole Harbour, okay? We're in Poole, which I think we're about here somewhere. And what my plan was to drive around the harbour, which would take quite a while, but I've been told I can actually get a ferry from there straight across there and cut all the rest out, so that's my plan. It always amazes me that these free museums are often better than the ones you pay a lot of money to get into. Look at this here, you've got, that's a Roman figure of somebody they called Mars. Never heard of him before, only the planet. But that looks very much, where is it? That looks very much like something I found in a field about 3 weeks ago, if you remember, which I thought was Saxon, but that one says it's Roman. And you've got a Roman torque there, or that's what they're calling it. They're saying it's Roman. That would go around your neck, and then you've got all these axe heads, look. Here's a question for you. I see this a lot with Neolithic tools. If you look at them three at the back, let me try and get a better angle. See how they've got lines on them there? They've all got lines. What causes them lines? Does anybody know? You know, don't you?
I don't, but my colleague... Which lines?
You can completely ignore that past bit because we've worked out it's the lighting. I put my hand somewhere up here. There, look. It's gone. It's the lighting, but I have seen it in other museums. So it's obviously the lighting is very similar in different museums. This is always our dream, to find a hoard of Roman coins. That one is from about 300 AD, 310 to 320 AD, and part of 1,300 coins found in this area in that pot. There's a gold ring there from the 1400s. So these are bamboo tubes, and these were used for smuggling. Smuggling was a massive, massive thing here on the southern coast, because we're so near to France and to Europe. And basically what they do is put rum inside here, or some kind of alcohol, and it would float. So they could throw it overboard from the ship and it would wash up onto the shore, and the smugglers could collect it. I've shown you combs many times. There's another example. You've got a typical normal comb on this side and a very fine one on the other, and that was to get lice out of the hair from the sailors. That's a sailor's comb, is that? These are some timbers from a ship from 1530, which was found just off the beach here, which they excavated, and they got it all on video. And if you've got the time to stand here and watch this, it shows you them digging it up. I've never liked this because of what it is, but it's basically, it's called scrimshaw from the 1900s, and this is either whale or walrus tusks and bones, which sailors used to collect and decorate them. But you have to admit the decoration is absolutely amazing. Not art. It's not turned into art. I don't do art. This is very, very rare for a museum. You've got here parts of an old shipwreck from like 600-700 years ago. And not that I'm going to, but you can physically touch these. Normally things like this are behind cases, but these aren't. So we're now in a section where they do art, and these are all children who entered a competition. This was a 6 to 8 year old called Molly. Alicia did this, she was a runner-up. Basically she didn't win. Another runner-up, James, he was between 6 and 8 years old. Runner-up. You know, if you don't win, you don't want advertising, do you? And it's art. Quite a lot of art, really. It's boring. I'm terrified of needles, so I don't go to the dentist. I think it's about 25 years since I last went, but last time I went, that's exactly what the chair looked like. It's now in a museum. How have they changed since then? Are they different? You'd have your chair, you'd have your chair and you'd spit in there and then you'd get stuck with a needle, and that looks exactly the same as the one I went to 25 years ago. This is the girls section. It's got like pots and pans and a cooker and cupboards and things for washing, and you know, I just thought this might interest some of you women out there. It won't interest men because we don't do that kind of stuff, because we don't have to, because we're men. It's been a long time. And the condition of that is amazing for its age. That's Bronze Age. And that's an urn which they found, which contained a 7-year-old boy and an 18 to 20-year-old adult. So this is all Poole pottery. And I have taken you to places where they do pottery, you know, pretty much world famous for the pottery. This is the Poole pottery, which is also quite famous. You know, some of it's quite unusual and different and a bit arty. It's commonly known as Poole pottery, but it's more internationally known as rubbish. It's rubbish. It's pottery. It's bordering on art. Don't do pottery and pictures. So that was Poole Museum. I hope you enjoyed that. There's some really interesting things in there. I hope I didn't offend you with my sexist attempt at jokes and things like that. My sick humour. But hey, that's who I am, that's what I do. See you all tomorrow on Digging the Coast 365.